Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings.
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
We got Andrew, welcome to the stream. Light Energy, welcome back. RR, thank you for your double donation. Sarah, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Who else we got? We got Kelly's, Nikona, Sally, we got Sarah, we got everybody here. Everybody's here already. We haven't even started. Katoko, thank you for your donation. Old Man Tarot, what's going on? All right, let's see. By the way, a new tarot deck. We got Tarot of Curious Creatures. We knocked that out today with an unboxing. Tomorrow, we're going to do the Fauna Bell Tarot. This is it's designed to be a children's deck, but it looks so fun I had to have it. And so, yeah, we're going to do Fauna Bell Tarot tomorrow, and we're going to unbox it. We're going to check it out. We're going to see what cool things are in the box. You know what I mean? Well, that's kind of what you do when you unbox. But, yeah, anyway. All right, let's find out what is going on tonight. We got Tosh. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. RR wants to know, new guy Aries. What are their intentions, and what are their feelings for me? I mean, we got a new guy. We need to find out what kind of things we got going on with the new guy with the Tarot Tower #1. Now, I need another one. I do have a mini one over here, but it's kind of collapsing on itself. You can see. So I need a legit Tarot Tower. So I'm going to make one hopefully this weekend. Tosh, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate you. All right. Let's start off the night with this. We're going to do this one. This one, in case you don't know, I assume you know because you've been on the stream long enough. Katoko, thank you for the double shot read. What is going on, everybody? It's Friday night. I'm feeling all right. I baked a cake today. So my girlfriend's birthday is Sunday, so I baked up the cake and I put fondant over it, which is quite a pain in the butt if you have not ever done that. But sure, I mean, yeah. So it looks really bad, but at least At least the everything is working. At least the fondant's over it. It's kind of lumpy, but best I can do. You know what I'm saying? Best I can do. Anyway, so tomorrow I'm going to start jamming all the pandas. I'm going to do some spray, what does he call it? Spray gun action. I got some templates. I'm going to do some spray gun action and put like flowers and stuff like that on the side of it. On the top of it, we're going to put like grass, and we're going to have pandas in the grass, and we're going to have bamboo on it. So check my Instagram if you want to see all of that garbage take place, because that's a pain in the butt. I mean, I'm just saying that is a pain in the butt to make. So I got to admit now. Anyway, that's my Instagram if you want to see me butcher a cake. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Aries, intentions, feelings. Let's get it going. Let's see what's going on. Neve, what's going on? Or Nia, yeah, Neve, what's going on? All right. 8 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. It looks like a steady match. It looks like things, you know what I mean? It looks like things steady match. It looks like everything's going to be okay with the new intentions with the new guy. Now, Aries, they've got their own thing going on. They're not going to be bending and flexible and all of these other things happening, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to kind of put up with that a little bit. Ace of Wands is this is going to be a little bit of an adventure, indeed. I don't know how you're going to handle it, but let's handle it. It is an Aries. You got to handle it how you need to go through with it. 8 of Pentacles says this is going to be a lot of maintenance, a lot of work. Seems like a high maintenance individual, quite frankly. 8 of Pentacles says we're going to have to do a lot of work to get this person sort of where we need them to be. You know what I mean? And 8 of Pentacles says it's going to be kind of painful to sort of get that going. Ace of Wands. Again, new adventure, going to be going in places you just haven't gone before. What do they feel? They feel like they want it their way. So again, it's going to be difficult to get them to be flexible enough for you to be just content and happy and everything 100%. But if you're willing to work on it a little bit, it does not look too bad. Boo Boo, thank you for your other thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Or your other donation. Boo Boo. It's one of those nights. Boo Boo, it's going to be one of those nights. I had to bake a cake, and it threw me off because I don't know what I'm doing. And it looks kind of lumpy. The cake looks like a surface of the moon. It does, you know what I'm saying? It does not It does not look like a cake I see on Food Network, but it's the best I can do. Boo-boo, it's the best I can do. I'm not a cake decorator. So anyway, so I'm wandering into new territory. Anyway, so now, the Aries, all of a sudden, they seem very distant. What is something else I don't see? Something else he didn't like? What if he saw something in me that just wasn't, the kind of thing that he wanted to see in me in the first place? I mean, they are having second doubts about all this. They are having some second doubts. So some second thoughts, a little doubts, and that is going to be kind of a hard time with that. You do have the Two of Pentacles. There's big decisions to be made in their case. They're sort of thinking, should I do this? Should I not do this? Should I go forward with this? Should I back up? What do I need to do? There are some difficulties trying to get through this, right? You have sort of an interesting time with it by far. Two of Pentacles says there are decisions to be made, and they're going to have to do it. They are going to have to do it, and it's going to be a difficult time for them. King of Cups, they are emotionally distant. It just happens. King of Cups, if you look at my book, the Tarot Guidance, link in the description, the King of Cups is very distant. They are sort of on their emotional island, right? They're always out in the middle of the sea. They're not next to anybody else. They're always on an island, always by themselves. They're just a bit emotionally distant. I think that's kind of where they roll naturally. I think some of the honeymoon period that you got, where you were excited and everything was going great, and but at the end of the day, you're just like, I think you're seeing the real Aries coming out with a little bit of emotional distance with that. Overall, again, the Aries wants things their way. And the more they sort of comfort over to your direction, the more they sort of, meander over in that direction, away from what they normally do, away from that Wheel of Fortune, they just get more uncomfortable and they start second doubting. Doubting themselves and second guessing things, second doubting, whatever. Anyway, you know what I mean? So they're just going to have to be comfortable with how things are going, how things are progressing. Sometimes you need to take a step back and reevaluate just how fast things are going, or just where you're going to be, or just who needs the alone time versus who doesn't need the alone time and stuff like that. Anyway, Welcome to the Aries. All right, what is next? Gregory Scott, but Sarah changed it to the tarot at the end of the rainbow. We can do either one. Tarot at the end of the rainbow is just as good. It's the same artist. I mean, it's just as good. Nakona, thank you for your donation. Old Man Tarot, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right, let's see what's going on. What is literally next? What is going on? What do we have queued up? What is happening with all of this stuff? You know what I mean? We need this information, and we need it now, because this could be quite important indeed. Let's see. What is next? What is next? I don't know. What is next? Sure. Okay. I mean, we can have some changes. Changes are next. Changes are coming. We do have things sort of on the verge of modification, on the verge of change. We've been waiting for something like this. It's about time that it came, right? You have had some readings to where you do have some radical changes. You do have some different things coming, some modifications to your life, sort of a new normal that needs to be set up and progressed through, right? And this has been happening for a while. This is not something that is in a hurry. It's been something you've seen cues, you've seen clues, you've seen pieces here, pieces there, and you're just not sure how they all fit together. The good news is I think it's sort of rounding up to where it indeed will fit together. It finally start making sense. Everything will start balancing out. Everything will start evening out. And that's kind of where you're at, right? You had this in a previous reading too. You get the Death card quite a bit. But it's just a matter of adjusting to change and letting the new normal set in, or letting the new changes sort of come in. And again, these have been, sort of fixed up for a while, or sort of prepped up for a little bit. Serena, welcome to the stream. Now, this is one of the things. RR, thank you for your other donation. The 6 into the 10. This is about losing losing a connection with some people that you thought had a good connection. Quite frankly, you thought you had a great connection. Things were working out. Things had a great sort of hook to them. The puzzle pieces fit together nicely. Everything was great. And a lot of times you just have the necessity of moving on from friends or moving on from a connection that you just had before, right? Because you have the 6, you have that connection with someone. We have some connection happening with that. And then the 10 of Swords with a disconnect. So something happening, something leaving it or abandoning it and stuff like that. But yeah, you do have some changes coming. Part of that is going to be leaving somebody that maybe abandoning a little bit of that stuff. So you just got to adjust to that and get used to it. I think that the new normal is going to be all right at the end of the day. Anyway, that's what I see. That's what is next. Okay. What is next? Speaking of what is next, Kotoko is next. Why do I feel lightheaded whenever I am reading? Do I have psychic power? What are my psychic powers? Okay, we'll start off with lightheadedness while you're reading. Now, before we start this, entertainment purposes only. I'm not a doctor. If you need to see a doctor about this, I would recommend you see a doctor, but not me, because I am a fat man reading tarot on the internet. I can't even put fondant on a cake and make it look half decent. By the way, this is a Curious Travels deck. So, at the end of the day, don't rely on me for telling you how it goes. But we're going to open some tarot deck. We're going to throw it down, and we're going to see where it leads us Lightheaded while reading. I think there is I hate doing medical stuff. The 7, the 5, and the 3. It is sort of something that you can sort of get rid of by adjusting where you read or adjusting how you read, right? Because a lot of times maybe we'll be stretching our neck or putting our neck way, way down when we read, when in reality we could have a Kindle or we'll use an iPad or whatever, phone or whatever, and have it up a little bit, right? Have it up to where we don't have to strain our neck for a long period of time and things like that. So stretching out your neck and all the vessels and all that other stuff, probably not the best thing. After a while, it's just going to sort of cut a little bit of the circulation off. I would suggest just picking up and, picking things up and sort of getting it a little higher, what have you. Tarot reading as well. Again, get the table a little higher. You know what I mean? Get the table a little higher. Get things a little higher, basically. Don't sort of strain to stare at it. Don't strain to look at it. We have, it seems like vessels or something in our neck, something in our head that is not adjusted right, or something that is looking a little bit weird or running a little bit weird in there. And it feels like as we sort of bow down our neck, or as we sort of looking down and sort of focusing on this, we get a little bit lightheaded, as far as how the tarot goes. Anyway, it's sort of, bring things up a little bit, maybe take that strain off, and it should be a little bit better as it goes. Maybe just hold the cards up or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's what this says. There are things that you can pick up that will hold cards like vertically. I mean, maybe try some of those. Tori, thank you for your donation. Sarah, thank you for the donation. All right. Again, I'm not a doctor, nor did I play one on TV. So that's just what the card says. This is just what the card says. Anyway, Tosh, first Tosh question of the night. Let's see. Sounds chiropractic to me. Maybe. Anyway, will A and I be in a long-term commitment in the future? And how do they feel about me? There's been no contact and all of that. And we want to raise. All right. Well, I mean, we got a combo right here. We got quite the combo right here. Let's switch to another deck of cards. For this combo, I really want my deck of cards right here. I think my deck of cards is going to be the one that makes the grade over here. Lady Vegas, what's going on? Good to see you. All right, let's see. A long-term commitment. Will we be in a long-term commitment? And And how do they feel about us? What do they feel about us? Do they like us at all at this point? I don't know. Let's see what's happening with that. We got the Two of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. It feels like somebody offers a long-term commitment out there, or the long-term commitment sort of gets out there and it just sort of plops on the table. So all of a sudden we discuss this. All of a sudden the topic is out there, and we're sort of evaluating and looking at it and trying to find where this is going to be, or how this is going to work, or who's going to do what have you, right? The Two of Swords. I think there's a substantial disagreement between long-term commitment, between what you think is a long-term commitment and how they want a long-term commitment to go. In other words, there could be a lot of different variety of things that happen in a long-term commitment. Maybe we want to move here. Maybe we want to do this. Maybe we want to have these interactions or these activities. And then all of a sudden, maybe we want to see each other on here, have a date night over here. All of a sudden you have big disagreements. It feels like we're not on the same page with that. Tarot Magician, Renee, what's going on? Ace of Swords says the topic does come up and somebody does make the offer for that. So sure, I mean, if both parties want to agree to that, sounds decent. Somebody does make an offer. Somebody does, sort of give out that thing. The topic does come up, and we are going to be, we're going to be discussing it, kind of thing. So, I mean, hey, sure. I mean, I'll go with a thumbs up. It looks possible if everybody agrees with it. But again, the topic will be on the table, and, you got to pick it up and run with it when you see it. Anyway, what does A feel from me right now, since there is no contact? Well, I think there is going to be contact. That Ace of Swords kind of clues it in, right? I think there might be contact indeed. There might be some action that could happen between this. Devil, Fool, and Judgment. Again, I think there will be contact again. I think this is something that has a lot of possibilities, and I think we kind of roll with it and run with it as well. Devil's a good card here. Well, since we don't have a contact, maybe we blocked each other. Maybe they don't want to deal with it. There is some differences in opinion as far as that. We saw that in the last read. This read, we continue it on. The Devil says there is no contact, and for a good reason. Right now, this is not the time to have the contact. This is not the time to sort of have that happen with us, have that happen with this. The Fool says there will be contact in the future. So I think you have a good possibility of getting some good contact, getting some decent contact coming in. I love the Fool for that possibility. I mean, especially next to the Judgment card, Rebirth, Reincarnation. Let's get all of that going on, and let's get all of that on the, started up. Because the Fool into Judgment, I really, really like that. I think there's a strong possibility of getting back together when you get those two cards there, because you do have the taking the risk of the Fool, and then you have the Rebirth, Reincarnation. In other words, let's give it a try, right? Give it another try at least. Tosh, thank you for your other donation. Do I have psychic powers? And what are my psychic powers? I don't know. What are your psychic powers, if you have any psychic powers? And do you have any in the first place? I think we can answer that all in one shot indeed. Let's go and try to use our psychic powers to find your psychic powers. The Ten of Cups, your psychic powers basically rest upon, do you have psychic power? I think that you do. The Moon card really sort of shines in here, no pun intended. I think you do have ability to be empathetic and to understand people's emotions, to look at people and see their emotions, to understand their motivation, to understand where they're coming from and stuff like that. Picasso, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Ten of Cups, though, says you don't really know what to do with it a lot of times. You're sort of fumbling around. You're trying to do something with it. You don't know how to sort of optimize it. This is something where you need to look on YouTube, pick up a book, just sort of get familiar with the psychic abilities that you do have. Again, I think you can feel emotion, you can see emotion, and you can kind of see why the emotion's there. Not only, right, the moon, right, the empathetic moon, you can see not only why the emotion's there, or see the emotion, but why it is there. I think that is important. This is not something you really know how to use yet. Ten of Cups reverse. Again, you need to practice. You need to do that until you're at home with it. You understand it. You can sort of, get an idea of where it's coming from. and sort of learn how to use it. And that's going to be the important part, right? Learning how to use your power, learning how to use these abilities for your, for your benefit and for everyone else's benefit too. Obviously, you can help people out with that. Anyway, let's see. We'll come back to you, Boo Boo. Right now, we'll do the toss triple shot. And go with, will I get a raise before the year ends? Will I get a raise before the year ends? I mean, the year's coming to a close pretty quick. So we need to figure out if we're going to get some fat cash. If we can get some fat cash, here's you and here's your employer, right? Handing over the money. Can we do that? I'm going to say no. We do not get a raise by the year end. Wheel of Fortune. It almost feels like that what we have now is what we're going to have starting the year over. Wheel of Fortune, what comes around goes around. We're on a steady pace. We're going to be on the same pace that we have been. Knight of Swords, we're going to continue on there. And the Eight of Pentacles, you're just not going to get that money. Just not going to get the fat cash. So I'm going to say no, you will not get a raise before the year ends. Kind of a challenge cards going in through there. Anyway, Sheila, what's going on? Good to see you. All right. Let's see, coming back to Boo Boo. R is back. Well, welcome, R. Are you talking about this R? Are you talking about this R, Boo Boo? Boo Boo, you talking about that R? Because R is indeed back. R is here. R is back. What does he have up his sleeve? He's been really nice to me. Boo Boo ain't no trust him. Let's find out what he's doing over there. What's happening over there in the land of Boo Boo and R? We're going to use the Thoth because you knew it was a Boo Boo reading and we need some Thoth in there. Marie, what's going on? Good to see you. Serena Joy, did I say hello to you already? I'm not sure. It's a busy night. It's always a busy night. What am I saying? It's always a busy night. So I started baking a cake and I tried to put fondant on it and it looks pretty hobo. So my girlfriend's just going to have to put up with a hobo cake. I mean, I'm going to have all sorts of decorations on it anyway. Hopefully nobody goes, hey, that looks really hobo because that fondant ain't straight. I'm hoping nobody noticed that. I'm going to put enough shit on the cake, right? Put enough stuff all over the cake so nobody notices, right? That's the idea. Nobody is going to notice. Okay. That's the plan. That's the plan. I think we can work with this. All right. Otherwise I'll throw it in the trash. Boo Boo. R is back. What do they have up their sleeve? Well, they ain't got no good. They ain't got no good at all. Not only do you have death, but you also have the devil. You need to dodge them. You need to dodge them, is what I'm saying. You need to dodge them. They have nothing good coming in here. I think that they're just doing their own thing. They're trying to be smooth, trying to be cool. And, at the end of the day, you got to dodge them. I would dodge them. Death and the devil in the same thing? No. I would definitely dodge them. What they have up their sleeve? No good. No good at all. Obviously, the phallic symbol, Anyway, they're being nice to you for a reason because they want something. You're going to have, I'm just saying, you're going to have to dodge them. You're going to have to stiff arm them. No pun intended. Okay. But Boo Boo, I'm sorry. We got use curious creatures. I can't. LV, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. LV, I have not finished the curious creatures deck. Do you want a different one? Let me know. Do you want a different one? Because that ain't ready yet. I got a 4K flip through, and I was busy making a stupid cake. So I didn't have time. Did you add enough buttercream? No, probably not, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So, again, I'm going to put enough stuff on the outside of it to where you don't notice. Okay. I mean, get on my Instagram. You'll see me butcher the cake. Chantel and Philippe both join. What's going on? Good to see y'all. All right. I'm just saying, I probably didn't put enough buttercream. It's going to look terrible, but I'm going to put enough shit on the outside of it to where nobody will notice. Nirvana Bliss, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. We're going to have pandas on the outside of it. I'm going to put my spray gun with the edible spray. I'm going to make little grasses coming up, and ain't nobody going to notice it looks hobo. Okay, we did the work. We did the race. Nikona, should I work towards a what? Should I work towards a business? How would that go? Nikona wants to know, should I work towards a business? How would that go? That's what YouTube is for. I mean, Nikona, I can only do so much. HK, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. You need to add a couple of layers of buttercream. It's too late now. The fondant's on it. It's too late. It's way, way too late. So we're going to put enough stuff on it where nobody notices, okay? We're just going to keep loading it up until everybody's like, ooh, that's a nice cake. And I'm going to be like, thank God you didn't see it after I put the stupid fondant on it. Okay. Anyway, should I work towards a new business? Let's find out, how would that go? Our mushroom business or whatever that business is. Marie, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. To the Terror Tower we go, which I did not put fondant on, so this looks decent. Let's go with a business type of deck right here. We're going to go with a wheel and find out a mushroom farm business. Shrooms. See, you can't go wrong with shrooms and weed. Shrooms and weed. If you want two businesses, always going to work. Shrooms and weed are great. All right, look, can we get some shrooms up in there? Should I work towards a shroom business? Oh, man, I would not. This looks kind of challenged. Indeed. I mean, it feels like we got the Four of Cups. This may not be the optimal situation for you. May not be the type. May not. Who's banging on my door? Hang on, let me find out who's banging on my door. Somebody. That's a cop. What the hell? I'll be right back. Hang on. All right, I'm back. I don't know what to do. So apparently there's something going on in like another city where my relatives live or something like that. Anyway, I have to go make a phone call and take care of this. So anyway, there's something going on with my relatives, and they didn't have my proper number or something. Anyway, I need to cancel this stream and go figure out what the hell's going on. So let me go call the other city where my relatives are. If you have a I'm very sorry. If you have a donation in the queue, I will get to you. I will start early tomorrow and get to your question. Apologize, but I need to go find out what the world's going on with my relatives right now. So anyway, thank you for being here. I apologize for canceling the stream, but I got to do what I got to do. So again, I will get to your question tomorrow. I'll start really early, like maybe 5:30 or 6, and I'll go through all of your donations.